Anyways, let's move on to more Parz. Okay, so More Parz is pretty much this Australian that makes like funny content while also educating you about certain animals. Now,
This isn't going to be more fisting, is it? It's just
No!
animals, right?
no, it's just animals. Oh my god.
Because I will refuse to watch a video if it involves fisting in an animal.
Oh my, you're gonna get me in trouble, you know that?
Oh, Twitch isn't going to ban us for this. Or maybe they will. I don't know. I've said fisting a lot for the last 2 minutes.
Okay, stop saying the word. Anyways, we have ruined the sanctity of More Parz, so we're just gonna start this thing. And we are not gonna watch any of the spiders or centipedes or anything like that, because she is highly afraid of them, and I don't want to put her through that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Even though I just sit there and mentioned you fisting a while ago.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Doesn't give you absolute nightmares. But then again, you may just turn off the computer and just go away.
No. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking about your fisting problem.
Okay, let's just watch this. Okay. Let's see.
This is Australia's most common snake, and that's quite a problem, because it's also one of the world's deadliest. Introducing the eastern brown snake, native to quite literally every state in the land down under. And unluckily for us, this asshole has earned himself a silver medal in the Note Rope Olympics venom category, coming in second place for the most venomous snake in the world. It is worth noting that third and first place are unsurprisingly also both held by Australian snakes. Because God hates us. However,
because God hates us.
I'm not surprised. Australia has a lot of animals, and I like the culture for Australia because it seems like I wanted to visit there at one point in time because they do have pretty stuff. But then when I saw like the spiders, the animals, the monsters that Australia has to go through, I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to Australia.
Yeah. And by the way, I know about the rainbow, but the rainbow is making it so bad, I'm just gonna have to get rid of it. There we go. That should be a lot better. So, we'll just continue on with the video and stuff. So, sorry about the first part of the rainbow. But yeah, I agree with you. Australia is pretty much the equivalent of Hell's Zoo.
They do have some cute animals though, but they really do have a problem with like the other stuff. I don't know. It's like God said, fuck them.
Sorry, Australians.
I hate saying that, but now I understand why Australians are so beefy. It's because they're always fighting these monsters.
It's true. It's very, very true. And we're going to learn about some of these monsters as well. So let's continue on with the brown snake.
But unlike first and third, the toxic middle child here is a far larger problem. Because putting it lightly, he's a cunt. The eastern brown is one of the most territorial species of snake in the world, which is a scientific way of saying they operate on the US home defense philosophy. If you dare put a pinky toe onto this guy's property, he will bite your ass, injecting you with a hemotoxin that can send you to heaven via blood clot in under 30 minutes if left untreated.
Yeah.
But hey, stay off his property and he'll leave you alone. Right? Yeah, one problem. His property is your property.
Get the fuck out of my room and play Minecraft!
That's right. The eastern brown doesn't live out in the middle of nowhere like his slightly more deadly cousin. This fucker is so at home in the suburbs, he drives a fucking Prius. You can find this burnt piece of spaghetti
that's
literally
so terrible
anywhere.
for Australians.
It is. And it's going to get worse because he's going to actually sell this. Be prepared for this.
Go to put your shoes on, he's turned them into a 2-bedroom home. Hop in the car to go to work.
God.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's his car now. Get to work on the job site. What do you know? He works here too. Try to take a shower after a long day at work.
I would too.
Off. He's moisturising.
He's moisturising.
You can't even take a in the comfort of your own home without running the risk of the dunny being occupied. In fact, these bastards are so omnipresent that out of the 200 species of snake in the country, this ginormous asshole makes up 60% of snake
God.
bites.
Yep.
What a
Oh.
Brown serpent,
The
guardian of the
toilet-
bowl.
The toilet one scares me because just imagine if you're using the restroom and the snake is coming up in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. Like, that's honestly one of my big peeves. If, like, I'm not normally afraid of snakes. In fact, I used to own a boa. I used to own a snake like that. But I will admit, I will be scared shitless if a snake comes up the toilet. Oh,
I will
Peyton
never
Baker.
own a snake.
They're not that bad, depending on which species that you get. But yeah, let me go on ahead and wind this back, so that way we can pick out another video. Let's see. Oh, close your eyes, just in case. Ooh, here's a new one I haven't seen.
This is one of the oldest creatures on the planet.
Who's that Pokemon?
We got a boomer!
Introducing the horseshoe crab, found under the sea in the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans. And when I said old, I didn't mean individual. These little guys disconnect from the server at around age 40. And as far as their actual lives go, they're kind of boring. They're bottom feeders with zero offensive capability, and the only reason they have a tail is that without it, they would die if you flipped them onto their backs.
Oh.
No, when I say old, I mean as a species. Because these things are walking fossils that have been running the exact same basic-ass build, completely unchanged, for millions of years. How many millions? Well, here is a list of events that this little guy's family tree has lived through. The fall of Rome. The evolution of humankind.
Go back, I want to be monkey!
I say?
What the fuck?
Love that. I love that. But, let's see, they lived through the Ice Age.
God tossing a rock at the big-ass lizards.
Lizard.
Hell, this little fucker watched the
Oh my
first
God, it's that
fish
lizard meme
crawl
all
onto
over
land
again.
Yeah.
and was underwater when the first tree spawned. But I think the best way I can put this into perspective is that not unlike the way the Earth orbits the Sun orbits the Milky Way. Now, this process takes around 225 million years to complete. The horseshoe crab has done it twice! This
Wow! That is insane! Like, that is freaking old, man!
Yeah, it's pretty old, but I kind of got that when he was like, "It used to be a fossil," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, so it's old, probably
Yeah.
like dinosaur time old."
kangaroos can and
Okay.
will beat you up. That's right, just because it's not venomous doesn't
really
mean
is.
it's
All of
knock you
these,
on your
like-
ass. And
Australia type videos.
Oh no, he covers other animals from other parts of the world as well. In fact, there's one about a snake, there's actually one that he did about an Iranian type of snake that uses its tail that's kind of shaped like a spider to lure in birds.
Ew.
Yeah, like it is something. Would you be okay watching that one, even though you know that the spider's actually fake?
No.
Okay. I just thought of asking.
I would not.
Okay.
I would not continue playing that kangaroo.
Okay.
Australia's most iconic marsupial can do just that.
Oh!
Because
Ooh.
they are way bigger than you think they are.
I always
Their
think a
biggest species
kangaroo
of root-
jack because of this.
Oh, that was a good movie. Man. And I think they actually played that song, like dun 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 dun. The land down under.
Oh god, don't ask me. I've only remember watching it once, and I think that was like way back in middle school, maybe high school, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you. That was like years ago.
Oh, that made me remember. They used to have like some animated movies as well. Like I think they had like 2 different kinds, and maybe even an animated series about it too. Man, they were really good.
Kangaroo Jack had an animated movie?
Yeah, they did. Like full on 2D animation.
I only remember the live action.
Yeah, they had like a 2D animated movie. I gotta send you a picture of it just so that I'm not lying.
Yeah, because I think you're totally BSing right now. I do not believe you. I did not know that they had a whole animated movie and then a show. I thought it was just the live action. That was it.
Oh, I'll tell you what. While you're watching this, let me send you it real quick.
Coming in at a ridiculous 2.8 meters in length.
They're
And
huge.
with the iconic hop, they've got a vertical jump of 3 meters. I mean, honestly, with a stat spread like that, they don't belong in the outback, they belong on a fucking NBA court. As if that wasn't enough, they're also built like tanks, weighing in at a full 90 kilos of roid-raging rabbit muscle, and being able to move way faster than anything that heavy has any right to, pegging the speedo at a max of 70k an hour.
Oh, God.
Meaning if
They're
you make
fast.
it angry, a juiced-up rat the size of a small car is going to run your ass down and beat the f***ing brakes off you. And I'm not kidding when I say they really will rock your shit, because roos are professional kickboxers, with males routinely fighting MMA to win female attention. When they fight, kangaroos will lean back on their tails as a stabilizer and immediately start scratching and kicking the ever-loving shit out of one another. And those kicks have enough force to crack bone. And as if getting drop-kicked by a muscled marsupial wasn't bad enough, they also for some reason have the same bite force as a grizzly bear, because why not? Now, even with all of this, there are still animals stupid enough to view a roo as lunch, which brings me to the most terrifying thing that they do.
Okay, before we continue on, I just sent it to you.
Okay, I'm looking.
All right.
Holy shit. I think
Mhm.
I do vaguely remember seeing this.
Yeah, it was a really good series. I really liked it. And by the way,
I think I vaguely remember that.
and for those of you that wants to know, it's the Kangaroo Shack Good Day USA movie. It is real. Go look it up.
Yeah, I did fully believe them.
Yeah. Now
But
you
I
believe me.
think I remember seeing that growing up because I think I remember seeing a little bit. I don't know. It seems like a deja vu dream now.
I seen it on Cartoon Network. Back when they used to have like their animated movies and stuff that they would put on there.
Does Cartoon Network even do that now still?
I don't think they do. By the way, I can kind of hear myself in the background of your headsets.
Can you?
I can. And I think your character is picking them up too. Well, maybe not anymore now.
Oh God. I thought I had unless if it's me crunching my water.
Well, I thought I heard myself, but anyways, let's continue on. By the way, you're gonna get terrified of kangaroos after watching this.
When threatened,
I don't think
kangaroos
so.
will hop into a body of water and wait for whatever is chasing them to follow them in. Once the predator enters the water, the kangaroo will wrap its arms around their neck and just straight up drown them. What the man?
Why would you
share
go
a
in the
country
water
with
towards the kangaroo
psychopathic tread
anyway?
rats.
I have no idea.
Oh!
Who is doing that? If you see a kangaroo just slowly popping out of the water, who is going, oh yeah, you guys, I'm going to walk in the water and go towards that kangaroo. I feel like that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Why do you think that's a great idea? Where are we assuming this assumption that that's a great idea?
I don't know, but I would not follow a kangaroo. I would follow any other animal in the water in general.
No one should.
Exactly. Oh,
No one should.
By the way, This is probably the scariest plant I have ever seen in my life, and you're about to find out why.
Science? Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
I'm dying.
This is the Gimpy Gimpy plant, a piece of foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah, no, of course, man, even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that upon closer inspection aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain. I mean, like, comedic levels of pain.
Commentary. Like,
Dude, I would not touch it. But what if you were super clumsy? Because I have a habit of, like, just walking on flat surface, and I still somehow trip and fall. Like, I guess I got 2 left feet.
mm-hmm. Well, in that case, if you do fall in it, you better be prepared for the pain that you're going to be feeling, which you're about to find out what it's like, because, oh, God, it is awful.
No, in my luck, I'm going to fall face first right into it.
Oh, God, that would be bad, because, okay, here's what it says the pain feels like.
With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth, and she'd given birth 4 times. And the fucked up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful cunt of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin any time that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper. I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts. Touching this...
Oh, God, I feel so bad for that poor man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So you're just wiping your ass and you just feel the sting and you're like, oh, hell no.
Dude, I cannot imagine the tremendous amount of pain that he will feel, because it's like not only down there, but also the hand that you use as well. God, he must be in agonizing torture.
God, his ass cheeks, butthole, and balls have to hurt. And like, I'm sorry for my language, yeah. But like, I gotta be pretty specific with this, because if I'm imagining it, I'm sorry, I'm having y'all imagine it.
God, it's so bad. I couldn't deal with it. I'll just cry.
Australia just found a new insect.
Who's that?
I feel like all this is
And
Australia. You tell me it's not all Australia, but every time you pull up a video, it's like, Australia has. And I'm like, you said there was other videos besides Australia.
The next one I'll
This
find.
is making me... This is making me more and more scared of Australia, man.
I tell you what, the next one I'll find, I'll make sure that's not Australia. But I do admit, a lot of his content is from Australia, because he is from Australia. Yeah.
God, I wish him luck.
I do too.
Certified Australia moment. It is unironically called the f***ing Lucifer bee. Because of course we have the Satan bee. The snakes and the spiders
Oh, shit.
and the dinosaurs weren't
Sorry.
enough. No. Now
I
I'm
forgot about
about
that.
to reject it.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There better not be more in this video.
I can't remember if there is. Oh, we're about to find out.
Doom enemy on my walk to work. Discovered in the closest climate to hell on Earth, Western Australia, these bad boys were named after the Lord of Hell for 2 reasons. The first of which being the giant fucking demon horns bolted to their heads. Now, those horns aren't just there to look scary. They're actually a defensive mechanism to protect the demon bees from bigger predators. However, only the ladies of the species stay strapped, as the horns are only found on females, meaning a more accurate name for these absolute girl bosses is the Karlak bee. But a pair of spirit Halloween horns can't be the only reason they're named after the devil, right? I mean, there's gotta be f***ing something else. Like, do they spit fire? Maybe they've got a
What the
pitchfork
fuck?
for a stinger
like
that
to know-
injects you with
I like to know where that
acid
figure
venom.
come from.
The answer to that is, no. It's a normal f***ing honeybee. The actual reason is that lead researcher, Dr. Kit Prendergast, was watching the f***ing Netflix show.
Biggest cock I've ever seen.
And this isn't even the first time she's done something like this. She named another species after her pet dog. F***ing based.
Yes, it is named after my
He's
dog.
really
How can you
pretty
tell?
though.
He really is. He really is. But I love the fact that she named the Lucifer Bee just because after her favorite show on Netflix.
Honestly, I would have done the exact same thing too. I would have named it after my dog or cat or favorite TV show.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, knowing me, I'll probably name it after my favorite One Piece character. That's what I would do.
I'm not surprised.
Mhm. By the way, did you heard that season 1 of One Piece has ended and season 2 is going to be coming back in April?
Yeah, I heard that. Over 1,000 fucking episodes in season 1. And then apparently season 2, you're only getting 12 to 13. As soon as they announced that, I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was different seasons going on this entire time.
No. Let me explain. One Piece is one of those weekly release episodes, so it didn't really have like a season. But now they're migrating over to seasonal anime shift. So, pretty much season 1, which is like 1,155 episodes, has now ended. Pretty much ending a whole era of just constant One Piece animation.
Yeah, as soon as they said that, I was over here thinking this entire time, like, has One Piece really been going on like every week? Had they been releasing one episode? Because I didn't know that was going on. I thought they were taking a break, and then next season they were releasing like 12, 13 episodes and then taking a break and then doing it again and again. When they announced that it was like weekly like that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They just don't give them a break.
No, they don't. Like, I will admit, every once in a while, they will take a break just so they can let the manga catch up. But yeah, most of the time, though, it was weekly. Like, I'm actually amazed how Toei Animation kept making good content like that.
I'm pretty sure what happens, because I've seen this happen before, especially when we're in animation school. I'm pretty sure what happens, it's not the exact same team of animators. They probably give them a break, switch over to the next set of animators, and then they animate what they need to animate, and they give them a break, because they do that with games a lot.
Oh, they really do. And we pretty much know about this because we went to media and animation school learning about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a little bit.
But look at me now. Here I am, a VTuber watching content. But,
Yeah, I'm joining you on it.
but here's something that ain't from Australia. In fact, it's actually within our borders. And this is something that I was surprised that we actually have.
There is a competition in America where they vote on the fattest bear. That's right, lads.
Yeah, I was surprised about this too, and I'm an American.
Fuck the Super Bowl. I'm about to introduce you to the most important American sporting event of the year, Fat Bear Week. Hosted by the Katmai National Park and Preserve in Alaska every year from the 23rd to the 30th of September, the public watches as Winnie and Paddington fight it out to see who is the most absolute of units.
Ooh, KO.
And this year's highest calorie Kuma main has been crowned. But before that, how the f*** does Fat Bear Week work? Simple. See, the event is held in the lead up to hibernation season, while all of these bears are at the peak of their bulk. Now, while it's running, the
Oh,
park
hey,
allows
Q.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but your video was buffering a lot.
Let's continue on, and hopefully it doesn't get the buffering that bad. If it does, I know that after the stream ends, it should stay on YouTube, and it should stay constant. And, wait, I meant Twitch, chat. With Twitch and stuff, and then Jesus Christ, I am stuttering like hell.
Yeah, you're stuttering a lot.
Anyways, I meant to say that I'll put it on YouTube later on in the future. Okay, there we go. Well, let's continue on with Fat Bear Week.
public to view live stream footage from all of their trail cams. These cameras capture all the park's brown bears, allowing us to observe Freddy's fat-ass cousins like we just got a job at f***ing Fazbear Entertainment. Each bear caught on camera is assigned a number and occasionally a name. We, the people, then vote on the contestants day by day, pitting them against one another in a f***ing single elimination tournament bracket, determining with our votes which bear most closely resembles a pyro commission until one bear is crowned the victor. Now, you may think this is just some silly little event, but no, over the years, there has been voter fraud, a manhunt for a missing hiker, and one year the trail cams caught one contestant beating to death and eating another bear.
Damn.
But now, to answer the question you've all been waiting for, the winner of the 2025 Fat Bear Week is 32 Chunk, winning with a broken jaw. They named that fucker after the render distance you need to load in his entire body at once. There is a...
You know, for a broken jaw, he's still a little cutie.
He is. Although I would not get near him.
I don't know. I'm a white girl. I can tame him.
Alright. Let's find another one. Okay. Ooh, here's a good one.
This bird is a vampire. Introducing the vampire groundfinch, native to the Galapagos Islands, and a great example of the horrifying affronts to the universe that evolution can produce when it decides to do a little trolling. Now you see, at first glance, this is the most boring vampire you can possibly imagine. Coming in at a measly 12 centimeters and a mere 20 grams in weight.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
Rocking a feather pattern I can best describe as a Minecraft dirt block, and as it turns out, the bastards that wrote Twilight lied to me because it doesn't even f***ing sparkle.
This is the skin of a killer.
Oh my god, why do we need it to sparkle?
I don't know. By the way, why do vampires in Twilight have to sparkle?
I don't know. Never
don't-
really explained it in the books.
They never did. Like, why do they sparkle? What happened? I don't know, man. I just think sparkling vampires look weird. That's super weird.
Missing fangs, angst, a cape, and the funny accent.
You must bounce on it.
Oh no!
Qualify as a vampire. Simple.
No!
Drinks a
I
shitload of...
kept hearing that on TikTok non-stop. That fucking you must bounce on. Oh god. That is one way. That's one way to turn someone off when you're like, you must bounce on it. I'm like, excuse me, what did you say to me? No, there will not be.
blood.
That
You see,
doesn't
most
sparkle.
Yeah, it doesn't sparkle. Twilight lied to us.
birds eat seeds and insects, and while the vampire finch can eat those too, there is a problem. They live on an island, and that island is very small. In fact, they're only found on 2 of the Galapagos Islands, and small islands means a far smaller amount of that food to go around. To the point where these finches can't rely on it as their sole source. Which for a bird usually isn't a problem, because, you know, they don't need a plane ticket to just off and fly somewhere. However,
Aw.
as the name suggests,
God,
the
they don't.
vampire ground
Yeah. Apparently, they can't fly. Or all that well.
finch can't fly for
Oh, God!
So, how do they get
Oh,
their food?
God.
They suck it out of someone that can't. This, don't laugh, is
I'm
the
gonna laugh.
Nazca booby. Hey, stop giggling back there. Another species of bird native to the islands. They are very strong flyers that feed on fish. They also nest on the
Said
islands,
I was
which
gonna laugh just to like be an asshole, but as soon as that name pop up, yeah, no, I did laugh for real.
Especially when you see
Oh,
that
fucking-
face. Like, look at
It
his
wasn't
face.
the face, it was the name. Booby.
Booby. Oh my god. We're children. We really are children.
Yes, we are.
they also nest on the islands, which is where our feathery Nosferatu comes to play. You see, when the boobies... Stop giggling. Come to roost, the vampire finch will sneak over
I
and
feel
hop on
like I'm
step.
being called out.
I am too. But you can't help it. Like, why would a scientist name it like that? Who named it that?
I don't know, but that's funny.
It is.
Back. Then, using their razor-sharp beak, they will poke a very small, borderline painless
Oh yeah, anyone that's got a fear of blood and stuff, just giving you a heads up, okay?
hole into one of the bird's flight feathers. Once the blood
Oh,
is flowing
God.
freely,
Yeah.
the vampire finch gorge themselves on it. See, as it turns out, blood is macro-friendly. And considering these things are living creatures, they just make more blood. In essence, giving the vampire finch an infinite food source. In fact, they can get so much blood from these birds, it is not uncommon to see multiple finches sucking from the same boobie. I can't say it. This
Oh my god, I can imagine how hard it is for him not to laugh at something like that.
a lot of people are scared
How
of
many
snakes.
of these are we watching?
We can probably watch a few more and then head over to the next content that we're watching. How many more do you want to watch?
I was about to say, we got other stuff we gotta watch too.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, how about we watch this one and maybe 2 to 3 more, and then we'll head on over to the next one, okay?
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
But have you ever wondered what snakes are scared of? The answer is this fucking bird. Introducing the secretary bird, native to the continent of Africa, and a prime example that being a hater pays off. Coming in at 1.3 meters tall and
He's a big bird.
4.27 kilos in weight, this lanky
Yeah.
turkey has been
Lanky turkey.
purpose-built, nay, expertly fucking engineered by the gods themselves with the sole purpose of violating the ever-loving fuck out of any garden hose that so much as looks at it the wrong way.
Dang!
You see, these bad boys
Yeah.
are birds of prey, but unlike their cousins in the same
Birds of prey.
category, they are primarily
God.
terrestrial, which means they spend most of their time on the ground. This is because their preference for diet is sentient slithering sausages. However, with this thing being endemic to
Satan's savannah. I can agree with that 100%. Africa is another place I would not want to move to.
I haven't seen much, like hardly anything on Africa, so all this will be new to me. I just know Australia is the really bad one that I don't want to go there because I've saw the horrors that the spiders get real big. And I'm like, no, if I see a spider that big in my house, I will just calmly move out and I'll just ask the spider if they can start paying the mortgage at that point.
I don't know. With all the animals that they have in Africa, I think they rival Australia as the countries that... countries. Shit. As the continents that's just like, nope, I don't want to live here. I mean...
Don't they have like some of the rainforest, or am I thinking of somewhere else for the rainforest?
So they do have rainforest, but it's kind of like more in the middle area of where they have it. But But yeah, they got a lot of scary animals over. Yeah, Africa's got like lions. They got elephants. They got hippos. They got rhinos. The Cape buffaloes. They got a bunch of poisonous snakes where you don't want to get bitten. The Nile crocodiles. They even got cobras and hyenas. They just got like a bunch of stuff that'll kill you.
Oh, hyenas are cute.
Yeah. Until they decide to see you as a snack.
They're really cute, though.
I don't know. But anyways, let's watch this Satan Savannah.
Africa, their preferred meal also just happens to include some of the deadliest predators on the fucking planet. Does this stop the secretary bird? No, mate. Despite having no natural venom resistance, these absolute fucking giga-chads will eat cobras, boomslangs, and black mambas without breaking a sweat. But how do they hunt these things without getting bitten? Simple. They just kick the out of them.
Oh, okay.
You see, those long-ass legs aren't just for show, as a secretary bird is capable of accurately curb-stomping a snake's head into the ground with a force equal to 5 times their fucking body weight. So when a secretary bird fancies a bite to eat, they start out by stomping the ground around dense vegetation. This causes snakes in the area to poke their heads out of their houses to see what the is going on. The snake then looks up in horror as the secretary bird locks onto him, sprints over at Mach 9, and then...
God.
A lot of...
Yeah.
This bear was actually a soldier. But how? You see, it was 1942, and the 22nd Polish Artillery Company were passing through the mountains of Iran on their way to the front lines to fight the Nazis.
And another friend of ours talk to me about this?
Yes, we did. We did talk about this.
And I didn't believe you guys, and I was like, nah, because I felt like y'all were gaslighting me, so I had to look it up, and when I looked it up, I was like, holy shit, y'all were telling me the truth.
Yep. This is a video, so this is showing you that we did not make it up.
While passing through a town on their way, they were stopped by a young Iranian shepherd looking to trade with them for rations and a Swiss Army knife. When the Poles asked what he had to offer in return, the young shepherd produced a burlap sack containing an orphaned Syrian brown bear cub. You see, this bear's mother was shot by hunters, which is how he ended up in a low-tech Pokeball being offered as a trade deal. The Polish looked at the bear and, clearly seeing the potential for insane dad lore, said, "Damn good deal." And in the most worthwhile trade deal in history, parted ways with their supplies in exchange for a f***ing Pokemon, adopting him into their ranks and naming him Wojtek. And the 22nd immediately set about raising this little man as a proper bear and soldier. Maggots! As a baby, they would feed him condensed milk out of an empty vodka bottle, as well as feeding him on the cartoon bear diet consisting of fruit, honey, and marmalade. They also appointed a soldier as his caretaker, who wasted no time in showing Wojtek how to fit in with the rest of the army, teaching Yogi's little cousin to wave, salute, and even march. While not undergoing rigorous military training, Wojtek would hang out with the soldiers. He drank coffee with them in the morning, trained with them in the day, and when they all got shit-faced in the evening, he would wrestle with them. Do you know how much a brown bear has to love you to wrestle you? On top of double rations, they would also feed Wojtek treats in the form of beer and cigarettes. They let the bear have smoko. Eventually, Army High Command heard about this and were having absolutely none of it. You see, pets were not allowed in the army, which meant Wojtek had to go. Or did he? Because the 22nd Artillery Company officially enlisted him.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Wojtek was given a serial number and granted the rank of private. So when confronted about the very conspicuous bear in their ranks, they simply went, "That's not a bear, that's Private Wojtek." And Wojtek took his new role very seriously, as during the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Wojtek began using his bulk to transport artillery shells and ammo to soldiers engaged in combat. They had a fucking resupply bear. For his bravery, he was promoted to the rank of corporal, and the 22nd changed their insignia to a bear carrying an artillery shell. This absolute unit smoked, drank, and dropped artillery on the Nazis. Based.
That has to be the coolest bear to ever exist.
Honestly, I would have done that too. I would have been like, that's not a bear. That's just our private.
Private Wojtek. But yeah, that's really cool. You know how metal it is to tell the story about how you once had a bear to help you fight against the Nazis? That would be so cool.
Australia.
That'd be a really interesting story, but sadly, if I'm talking to somebody like that and they were telling me that story and I had like great news and they were telling me that story and it's my turn to like tell the great news, I'd be like, how do I tell my news after a story like that? I feel like my news does not compete with that.
That's true. That's very, very true. I feel like a story like that has to be wait till the very end after everyone else tells theirs. That way it's not like a competition thing.
I
But-
feel like it would totally be a competition thing because I'd be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, my story means nothing now.
I know one thing though. If I had a granddad that told me that story, I'd be like, wow, he is so cool. I'm going to tell this to my friends. And by the way, I kind of read something about that. Apparently, after the war, the bear got retired into a zoo, and his old friends from the military would actually visit him, go down into his exhibit, and actually still wrestle with him and stuff. So, yeah, he got to live a good life.
I just think that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, they can't release him back into the wild because, you know, he's been around humans so many times, so of course the zoo would be the next best place for him to go to.
I just feel bad because sometimes the zoo is just caging the animals.
It depends on the zoo. There are some bad zoos, and then there are some really good zoos that actually help out animals. It just depends on which ones that you go to.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, after all, I think the zoos actually helped brought back the pandas from being out of the endangered species list. Because I think I read something about that. So, good for the pandas.
Yay, pandas!
Yeah, pandas. But, let's see. I think we're going to watch this and then one more, and then we're going to call it out with more Parz so that we can continue on with our other stuff. So, let's check it out. And we're going to end them off with Australia.
Australia has
my
a
God.
straight up Pokemon. Introducing the brush-tailed possum, or more specifically, the golden brush-tailed possum. Native to the land down under, and one of the rare examples of an Australian animal that isn't expressly designed to DoorDash you straight to heaven. You see, the brush-tail is one of a grand total of 23 species of Australian possum, which, despite the name, share absolutely no relation to the red-blooded American opossum.
Scream at me
These
again.
Why?
Hang on, we gotta see that again. Walmart, gun, cheeseburger, scream at me.
That's so insulting, but it's all of us in one picture.
Pretty much.
Like, I can't even get mad, man. That's actually pretty funny.
I couldn't either. It's not insulting to me. It's just hilarious. Especially the fact that I love eating cheeseburgers and I own a gun.
Oh god, I don't own a gun, but I have thought about it here lately for protection.
I mean, honestly, I would recommend that just to protect yourselves. Because they can really help out, especially when you're in a dangerous situation. Which, by the way, you can have no control over that whatsoever. I know for me, I got like 2 pistols. I'm pretty sure I got 2 shotguns. and a AK-47. So yeah, I'm pretty packed.
Oh God.
Yep. And by the way, you know when Shay got me that discount card for Bass Pro Shop? I used to got me a scope for the AK. No, not the AK-47. No. It's the AR-15.
Oh my God.
It's the AR-15.
We need to actually, speaking of like malls and stuff, when do you want to hang out again?
I don't know. Probably on the next Friday or something that I'm off. So instead of doing streaming stuff, I'll just Jesus Christ, here I go stuttering again. Blah, blah, blah. I'll just try to hang out with y'all instead.
It'd be pretty cool. We'd have to figure out a day though.
Exactly, we'll have to figure out a day. But I'm sorry, I just find this hilarious. Mostly because of the fact that I've dealt with possums before.
Oh Lord.
Mhm.
I've dealt with a possum before, but mine was just trying to fight it off of the cat.
Yeah. The ones I dealt with is pretty much with one sleeping, and the dog. I had to remove it from the dog, thinking it was a chew toy. It was not a good thing for that.
I am not surprised that the dog thinks that, because my dog is not bright either.
Yeah, mine's like super dim.
Yeah, well, my dog can be smart, but he can be stupid at the exact same time.
But you gotta love them all the same, right?
Yeah, I love him, but there's moments I question it. I'm like, why, bud?
Well, anyways, we better finish this up.
These adorable little marsupials come in all shapes and sizes, from the ringtail possum to the sugar glider, and to our protagonist here, the golden brushtail, which is really just a common brushtail possum with a rare genetic mutation called leucism that causes them to lose the pigment in their skin. So, basically, it's a fucking shiny Pokemon. Coming in at around 4.5 kilos and 40 centimeters in length, these tree-dwelling marsupials are nocturnal and primarily herbivores, mainly consisting on a diet of leaves and fruit. And for added cute points, as marsupials, yes, they carry around their babies in a little pouch like their roided out cousin the kangaroo. However, come on, the thing is from Australia, you didn't really think these bad boys would be squeaky clean, did ya? You see, they aren't entirely herbivores.
Yeah,
sure, they
you're
love
right.
a good salad. They will also quite happily raid a bird's nest and turn Tweety's kids into a 3-egg omelette. Roadkill? Sounds like a fine steak dinner to me.
And just because it's not a venomous predator doesn't mean it can't take your fucking finger off. And the cherry on top, Aussie Pikachu here doesn't go Pika Pika. No, you see, Down Under doesn't have Pokemon trainers, because when you step into the tall grass out here, you hear this absolute fucking demon. Australia...
That
Oh
was the first
God.
fight. Alright. Now then, I think we gotta end it off with one of the most iconic Australian animals other than the kangaroo and the koala. And this is
Another Australian video. Oh, what's the seal one? What's the seal? Go down. What's the seal? What's
Neil the seal. Yeah.
What's the seal? What's
You
want to
watch that one instead?
What's the seal?
Okay, I get it. I get
This
it.
seal is such a menace that he routinely gets the cops called on him. Introducing our protagonist, Neil the Seal, a 600-kilo absolute unit of a southern elephant seal from my home state of Tasmania in the land down under, who is known for, above all else, being an absolute fucking menace to polite society. But despite his crimes, we all still truly love him. But what are his crimes? Well, see, he seems to just fucking hate traffic cones and road safety in general, has regularly been caught trespassing, and then once he has been caught trespassing, belligerently screaming at locals because they won't give him his fucking fish, and has been known to just block roads by plopping his fat ass down directly in the middle. However, hands down, the funniest shit he has ever done was just straight stopping this random lady from going to work. I shit you not. This motherfucker crawled out of the ocean, up the beach, crossed the road, absolutely fucking bodied this woman's poor letterbox and then proceeded to plant himself directly in front of her fucking car. She was then unable to go to work because this half-ton beefcake was camping her driveway for so damn long. Local news had time to drive out to her house and cover the fucking story. Now, this is a lot of menace for a single seal to cause.
I
but
would have took a picture just to show my boss, and my boss would be like, I felt like you photoshopped that. That's not real. I'm like, dude, no, this is real.
You have to send him a video.
No, my luck, my boss would have been like, that video's fake.
Oh my god.
But I also had the type of boss that if I died and he went to my funeral, he would have turned to my husband and be like, I'm sorry for your loss, but does she have a replacement?
Oh my god.
I need her to show up for her next shit.
Jesus Christ. I think at that point, Silk had every right to punch the dude. But, yeah. You think it's all cute about the seal, but watch this right here.
Part of this is, old mate isn't even fully grown. He's like 5 years old. If you think he can fuck things up now, wait until he's nearly 2 solid-ass tons of blubber and takes issue with the wall of your house. I do not think that seal damage is covered on my fucking insurance plan, dude.
I still think that's so cute.
It is. And what a perfect way to end out with More Parz. So what do you think of this guy?
I like the seal.
You like the seal?
I like Neil the seal.
Neil the seal. I think he's really entertaining. Plus, I love learning about facts about animals and wildlife and stuff because of him. And he makes it so entertaining and funny. So if y'all want to, go check out his channel and go support him and stuff. He is great, and he also apparently has Twitch where he does live streams as well. So go check out that as well. Anything else?
My dog
Oh.
just scared me for a moment. Because I looked down and I saw something moving on the floor, and it freaked me out. And I realized his paw is through the door underneath. And he's just twitching it.
Oh my god, you thought it was one of the animals from the video we were watching, huh?
Oh god.
Yeah. Well,
He has such cute toe beads, though. I need to do an OnlyFans just for his toe beads.
oh my god, okay, all right, we're gonna move on.